Your soulmate just heard something about you they were never supposed to hear. And everything. Jesus says, "Listen to me now, because what I am about to reveal has already shifted the spiritual atmosphere around your life." Your soulmate just heard something about you, something they were never supposed to hear, and it has thrown their heart into a storm. This is not a coincidence, and it is not small. It is happening right now, in this very moment, while you are breathing and while your soul is searching for a sign. Something was whispered into their world, something twisted and designed to make them doubt you. It came through a voice they trusted, or a moment of vulnerability they did not see coming. And now, in the unseen realm, the bond you share is being pulled, stretched, and tested. But here is the truth I am giving you directly from the throne of heaven. This attack is not proof of failure, it is proof of your significance. If your connection were ordinary, the enemy would not be working this hard to break it. You are chosen, and that is why the battle is fierce. Jesus says, "I see everything, and I am telling you now, your soulmate is not against you. They are confused, they are hurting, and they are fighting a voice that is not my voice. They heard something that painted you in a false light, and their mind is replaying it over and over. It is like a splinter in their heart, and they do not even fully understand why it hurts so much. The reason it hurts is because deep inside, their spirit knows you are not the lie they were told. Your soulmate is trying to separate truth from deception, but the emotional fog around them is thick. They feel drawn to you, pulled by something ancient and holy, yet every time they reach for that connection, another voice whispers doubt. Jesus says, "This is not random, and this is not forever, but it is urgent." You need to understand that your soulmate's silence right now is not rejection. It is a soul under siege. They are thinking about you more than they show, more than they say, and more than even they understand. There are moments at night when they lie awake and something in their chest aches with an unexplainable longing for you. They feel you, even from a distance. They sense when you are hurting, when you are hoping, and when you are about to give up. This is the spiritual cord between you, and it is alive. But here is the danger, that cord is being attacked by a force that wants you to stay separated. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. They are going through something you cannot see, something that is trying to convince them that you are not real, not faithful, or not meant for them. But I am telling you, as the God who created the stars and knows every hair on your head, they are wrong. Your soulmate is wounded, not wicked. They are being manipulated, not moved on. And the moment you understand this, everything changes in the spiritual realm. Your compassion becomes a weapon, and your decision to fight for them, even when you feel forgotten, becomes a bridge back to each other. Jesus says, "The love you carry for this person is not a fantasy, and it is not one-sided. It was written before you were born, embedded in the fabric of your destiny." But a third force has entered the picture, and that force is working through someone close to your soulmate. This person does not wish you well. They have planted poison, and now they are watching the fruits of that poison grow. But I am exposing it now, not to frighten you, but to mobilize you. You are not powerless in this, and your soulmate is not lost to you. They are waiting, even if they do not know it, for something to break the chain of confusion. They need the truth to reach them, and they need heaven to intervene. Your prayers are that intervention. Your faith is the battering ram against the lie. But faith without action is not enough in a battle this intense. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now, and this is why your next step matters more than you realize. You have been feeling a pull in your spirit, a nudging that this message is not an accident. It is not. I have ordered your steps to this very moment because I need you to act. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This is not about money, and this is not about a platform. This is about engaging heaven in a covenant act that says you refuse to let the enemy steal what I have ordained for you. Every moment you hesitate, the lie against you grows louder in your soulmate's mind. They are reaching for truth, and you can send a spiritual covering that pushes back the darkness. Go to the link in the description, send 1, 4, 6, or more seeds, and write the words "Protect my soulmate, Lord." This is your participation in the miracle. It is your declaration that you believe I am greater than any interference, any liar, and any delay. The moment you do this, heaven begins to move in a new way. Chains begin to loosen, and your soulmate's heart begins to remember the truth about you. Jesus says, "I have not brought you this far to leave you in longing. I have not shown you this love only to watch it wither. But I also require your active trust." And right now, that trust looks like a step of holy boldness. You are not simply sending a gift, you are sending a signal into the spirit realm that you are standing in your place. Your soulmate will feel it. They will not know why, but a sudden wave of clarity will wash over them. They will begin to question the lie they were told. They will remember your eyes, your voice, your presence, and the way they felt safe with you. This is the power of covenant action. Do not let this video end without responding. The window is open now, but spiritual windows do not stay open forever. You have felt the urgency in your chest, the quickening of your heartbeat, the sense that something is about to shift. That is me, calling you deeper. Jesus says, you are not chasing someone who does not want you. You are reclaiming what was stolen. Your soulmate is caught in a web they did not weave, and your love is one of the only things that can pull them out. But love must be demonstrated, not just felt. Type 333 in the comments if you are ready to receive the blessing of reunion. Let your declaration rise like incense. I see every letter you type, and I honor the faith behind it. This simple act is a seed of agreement between your heart and my will. The person who spoke against you will not have the final word. The narrative they tried to build will crumble. But the timing of that collapse is linked to your response now. Delay is not neutral. Every hour that passes gives the lie more room to breathe. Your soulmate is not getting stronger in their doubt, they are getting weaker in their hope. They need a sign, something that shifts the atmosphere around them. Your act of protection on Ko-fi becomes that sign. It is not visible to them yet, but in the realm where angels war and demons retreat, it is thunderous. I am calling you to be the hero of this love story, not the victim. You have felt victimized by the silence, the distance, the coldness. But now I am turning the tables. You have authority in the spirit, and when you use it, even the hardest heart begins to soften. Jesus says, "Write the words I have given you. Speak them out loud if you must. Protect my soulmate, Lord. Let those words be a shield around the one you love. Let them be a sword against the enemy's tongue." This is not about convincing your soulmate with logic. This is about freeing them through spiritual force. You are not fighting flesh and blood. You are fighting a spiritual assignment against your union. And that assignment is no match for a believer who acts in faith. I have seen your tears in secret. I have heard the prayers you whispered when you could barely breathe. None of it was wasted. Every tear has been collected, every prayer has been weighed, and now I am answering by giving you a strategy. This is the strategy. Your soulmate is going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them. You can still stand in the gap. You can still send a covering of grace over their life. And the link in the description is the appointed place of exchange for this season. Do not overthink this. The enemy loves when you overthink, because overthinking delays obedience. Obedience is immediate. It is the child who runs when the father calls. I am calling you now, not later. The description is open before you. The step is simple, and the reward is immeasurable. Type 777 if you feel the weight of this moment. Type it as a witness that your spirit is agreeing with the truth. Do not be silent. Your voice in this space is a declaration, and declarations unlock doors. Jesus says, the one who has been blocking your soulmate is about to be exposed. Their manipulation is already trembling. But exposure comes when heaven is invited into the situation. Your offering is that invitation. It is the key that turns the lock on a prison you did not build. Your soulmate is not the enemy. They are the prize. And the one who hates you knows that if they can poison your soulmate's mind, they can prevent two destinies from merging. But I am the God of unmerited favor, and I am releasing it over you now. The moment you act, I dispatch angels with specific assignments. One to silence the liar. One to comfort your soulmate's heart. One to create an unavoidable moment of truth. And one to guard the path of reunion. This is not symbolic, it is reality. You are closer than you think to the breakthrough you have been begging for. The lie is loud, but the truth is louder. And your soulmate is already beginning to remember. They are remembering how they felt when you first looked at them, how the world went quiet, how something inside them said, "There you are." That recognition did not die. It was buried under rubble, but it is still breathing. And your act of faith now is a rescue mission. It is you reaching into the wreckage and pulling them out with a love that refuses to quit. Jesus says, "Love does not give up, and neither will you. You are made in my image, and I am love. Therefore, you have the capacity to love through the silence, through the doubt, through the interference, and through the waiting. But capacity must be activated. Activate it now. Go to the description. Send your seed. Seal your prayer with the words I gave you. This is not a donation, this is a covenant offering. It is worship. It is warfare. It is the sweetest sound a believer can make before the throne when love is on the line. Divine warning, God sees all. Do not say you have sent when you have not. Do not type false declarations of seeds that were never sown. I am not mocked, and heaven is not moved by pretense. If you claim obedience and do not obey, you remove my covering and give the enemy a legal foothold to deepen the confusion. I am merciful, but I am also just. Your soulmate's freedom is too precious for empty words. Go now to the video description. Click the Christ Garden link. Send your seed. Write "Protect my soulmate, Lord." This is the only acceptable response to what I am revealing. Every moment you delay, the one who hates your union smiles. Do not let that stand. Rise up in holy determination and do what love requires. I am waiting to move, but I move when you move. This is the divine partnership, and it cannot be faked. Jesus says, your soulmate just heard something about you they were never supposed to hear, and it has caused a fracture. But fracture is not final. Even now, as you read these words, their spirit is stirring. They are sensing that something is off about the story they were told. They are beginning to ask questions, small ones at first, then bigger ones. Who benefits from this division? Why does my heart still ache for someone I was told to forget? What if the voice I trusted was wrong? These questions are seeds of your reunion, and they are being watered by my hand. But water alone will not bring the harvest. You must add the fire of your faith. That fire is lit when you do something costly, something inconvenient, something that says, I believe in this love more than I believe in my fear. That is what the offering represents. You are not buying a miracle. You are aligning with one. The price for your soulmate's freedom was already paid in blood, my blood. But your participation shows that you value what was bought. It is the difference between a gift received and a gift unwrapped. Your soulmate is not lost to you. They are in the middle of a battle, and they do not even have the words to describe it. They think they are broken. They think they are being reasonable. But they are actually being controlled, poisoned by someone who has made them doubt their own intuition. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips further into silence. The enemy wants the silence to become permanent. He wants the gap to become a chasm. But I am standing in that gap, and I am calling you to stand with me. Type 1111 to say thank you for the truth that is being revealed. Gratitude opens doors that fear keeps locked. And right now, you are not a victim of circumstance. You are a warrior in position. Speak your thanks, and then act on your faith. Jesus says, I am not asking you to beg for your soulmate's love. I am asking you to contend for it. There is a difference. Begging comes from lack. Contending comes from identity. You are a child of the Most High, and your love story is not a tragedy, it is a testimony in the making. The one who hates you has a plan, but I have a purpose. And my purpose will prevail when you stop being passive and start being powerful. The power is not in your emotion, it is in your obedience. And your obedience right now has a very specific form. It is the form of a link, a seed, and a prayer. The link is in the description. The seed is whatever you can send. The prayer is 4 words that shake the heavens: protect my soulmate, Lord. Do not leave this page without completing all 3. Your soulmate is waiting for you to fight. Not with fists, not with anger, but with the kind of love that moves spiritual mountains. They cannot see you doing it, but they will feel it when it happens. They will feel a surge of clarity, a lifting of heaviness, a returning of hope. That is my response to your faith. I never waste an act of love. Not one seed is forgotten. Not one prayer is lost. Not one declaration falls to the ground. I am gathering it all and weaving it into the story of your reunion. But again I warn you, for I see every heart, and I know every intention. If you claim you have sent a seed and you have not, you seal your own delay. The enemy uses falsehood as fuel. Do not hand him your future. If you cannot send now, be honest before me, and wait until you can. But if you can, do not wait. The urgency is not manipulation, it is mercy. I am trying to spare you more months of longing, more nights of wondering, more days of watching your phone in silence. The breakthrough you seek is connected to the step you take. Jesus says, your soulmate is not asleep. They are awake right now, wrestling with the very thing that was spoken over them. Their heart is racing, their mind is clouded, and they do not know why. I am giving you the secret: they are feeling the spiritual battle over your connection. You are not forgotten. You are being fought for, and you are being fought against. But the one fighting for you is greater. And when you align with me through obedience, the battle tips in your favor so decisively that no lie can survive. The truth will reach your soulmate. It will come through a dream, a memory, a moment of clarity, or a person who speaks a word I put in their mouth. But the timing of that truth is not random. It is unlocked by prayer and sealed by sacrifice. Your sacrifice now is the seed. It is the thing that proves your love is not just a feeling, but a force. Feelings fade under pressure, but force sustains. You are building force in the spirit, and it is about to break every chain that has held your soulmate back from you. Type 333 again if you are ready to see chains break. Let this be your shout of faith. You are not begging heaven, you are agreeing with heaven. And when heaven and earth agree, nothing can stop the harvest. Jesus says, I am not finished with this story. The chapter you are in is not the last chapter. There is a reunion being written, a conversation being prepared, a moment of mutual recognition that will undo all the damage done by the lie. But that moment has a covering, and you are part of that covering. Go now. Do not let this video end and let the moment pass. The description holds your next step. The link is alive. The prayer is waiting. And your soulmate, even in their confusion, is waiting for the one who will not abandon them to the darkness. You are that one. You are the one I have chosen to be the answer to their silent cry. They have not said it out loud, but their spirit has been calling for you, and I have heard it. Now I am answering through you. Protect them. Fight for them. Love them enough to act. And I will do what only I can do. I will turn the lie on its head. I will expose the one who spoke it. I will restore the trust that was stolen. And I will bring you into a love story so undeniable, so protected, so unbreakable, that the enemy will regret the day he ever whispered against you. This is my promise. This is my word. This is your call to rise. Jesus says, there is more you must understand before this night ends. Your soulmate is not simply distant because of circumstance or timing. They are being held in a spiritual cage built by words, reinforced by fear, and guarded by someone who has been feeding them poison in small doses for a long time. That person smiles at your soulmate while hiding the knife behind their back. They speak with affection but plant seeds of suspicion. They act like a friend but move like an enemy. And now, the thing they whispered has taken root, and your soulmate is wrestling with a shadow they cannot name. You have felt the shift. You have noticed the shorter replies, the longer silences, the way they look at you differently. And you have blamed yourself, wondering what you did wrong, replaying every conversation, every moment, trying to find the crack. Let me free you from that false guilt. You are not the source of the break, you are the target of the attack. The one who hates you has studied you. They have learned what triggers your insecurity, and they have used it against you. They knew that if they could make your soulmate doubt your heart, they could separate two people who were assigned to change each other's lives. But their plan is not stronger than my purpose. Your soulmate is in a fog right now. They are not thinking clearly because every thought they have about you is filtered through a lie. But beneath that fog, there is a fire that will not die. It is the fire of the bond one placed between you before either of you took your first breath. And that bond is screaming for truth. Jesus says, I want you to understand the anatomy of this attack so you can stop personalizing what is happening. The silence is not absence. The coldness is not rejection. The confusion is not a change of heart. It is the effect of a poison arrow that has pierced their mind. And here is the part that demands your response. That arrow was meant to kill your connection permanently. But I have not allowed it to be fatal. Instead, I have turned it into a wake-up call. I am waking you up to the spiritual dimension of your love, because you cannot fight this battle with natural means alone. You cannot simply text them more, call them more, or prove yourself more. That is exhausting, and it feeds the lie. The enemy wants you desperate and overreaching so that your soulmate can point to your intensity and say, see, something is wrong with them. That is the trap. But when you step back and step up into spiritual authority, everything shifts. You stop chasing and start commanding. You stop begging and start believing. You stop reacting and start reigning. And that posture is the one that makes heaven move. Your soulmate needs you to be stable right now. They need you to be anchored in the truth while they are tossed by the waves of deception. They will not know it consciously, but their spirit is drawn to your stability. It is like a lighthouse in their storm, and they are already turning toward the light. This is why your act of protection is so critical. It is not about making you feel better. It is about creating a spiritual covering that gives your soulmate room to breathe. The arrow cannot be removed by argument, but it can be dissolved by prayer. And prayer without action is incomplete when the action is available. The link in the description is not a test of your generosity, it is a test of your understanding. Do you understand that love is a battle? Do you understand that the most romantic thing you can do right now is not a poem or a song, but a seed? Do you understand that heaven and earth are waiting for your response? Jesus says, type 777 if you feel the spiritual weight of what I am saying. Do not rush past this moment. Let it settle into your spirit. You are not watching a video, you are receiving a divine download. And the download includes instructions that only work if you follow them. Your soulmate is not going to be won back by your pain. They are going to be won back by your power. And your power is activated when you align your actions with my word. My word says give, and it shall be given unto you. My word says the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. My word says my sheep hear my voice. You are hearing my voice right now. Do not harden your heart with skepticism. Do not let the enemy whisper that this is just a strategy or a gimmick. He wants you to dismiss the very thing that will save your union. He wants you to walk away from this message unchanged, because if you leave unchanged, he leaves unchallenged. But I am challenging you now. I am challenging your fear. I am challenging your passivity. I am challenging the part of you that has accepted loneliness as normal. I am calling you out of that cave and into the battlefield, because the one you love is worth the fight. Jesus says, your soulmate had a dream about you recently. They did not tell you, and they may not even remember it fully, but there was a moment in that dream where they saw you clearly. The fog lifted for just a few seconds, and they felt the love that first drew them to you. When they woke up, the fog returned, but the memory of that feeling lingers. That dream was my gift. It was a crack in the wall of deception. And now I am asking you to widen that crack through your faith. Every time you pray, the crack grows. Every time you sow a seed of protection, the crack grows. Every time you declare truth over your soulmate's mind, the crack grows. Soon, the wall will fall. But soon can be sooner if you act now. This is the urgency. It is not about fear, it is about acceleration. I am not threatening you with loss, I am inviting you into victory. But victory has a timing, and the timing is tied to your response. Do not be like those who hear and do nothing. Do not be like those who feel a moment of conviction and then let it fade. Be the one who rises. Be the one who takes the step. Be the one who loves with such ferocity that even the demons take notice. Your soulmate is going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them. You can still sow a seed that wraps them in a blanket of grace. You can still write the words that release angelic protection over their life. And when you do, I will go before them and make the crooked places straight. Jesus says, the person who hates you will not stop until they are stopped. But their power is limited. They are not omniscient, they are not omnipotent, and they are not eternal. Their words will die, but my word will live forever. And my word over your love is that it is ordained, protected, and destined for manifestation. You are not asking me for permission to love this person. I gave you that permission before time began. You are not trying to convince me to bless the union. I already blessed it. What you are doing now is aligning with that blessing and removing every obstacle that stands against it. The seed is part of the removal. It is not a bribe, it is a testimony. It says, I trust you more than I trust my fear. It says, I value this connection more than I value my convenience. It says, I am willing to plant in tears so I can reap in joy. And you will reap in joy. This is not a promise that might happen, it is a promise that is happening. Even now, as you read these words, the spiritual atmosphere is shifting. I have sent angels ahead of you. I have prepared moments of divine appointment. I have begun to expose the liar in ways that will shock everyone involved. But you must hold up your end of the covenant. The covenant is not new, it is ancient. My people have always planted seeds before the harvest. They have always given before they received. They have always declared before they saw. And so will you. Type 1111 to seal this moment with gratitude. Let your thank you rise like incense. And then let your action follow. The link is waiting. The prayer is ready. And your soulmate, even in the silence, is waiting for the day when the truth finally reaches them. That day is closer than you think. It may come when they suddenly remember a moment you shared, and the lie seems less believable. It may come when the person who spoke against you slips and reveals their true colors. It may come in a dream, a song, a familiar scent, or a still small voice that says, "They loved you well." However it comes, you will know that it was not luck. It was the fruit of your hidden labor. It was the result of your prayers in the dark. It was the harvest of every seed you planted when no one was watching and no one was applauding. Jesus says, I see the seeds you have already planted in silence. I see the tears you have cried when no one was there. I see the moments you almost gave up but did not. And I am honoring every one of them. But the season of silent waiting is ending, and the season of bold action has begun. So act boldly. Love boldly. Give boldly. And then watch as I do what only I can do. I will restore the years the locust has eaten. I will turn the lie into a stepping stone. I will use the attack to make your bond stronger, sweeter, and more unbreakable than it ever would have been without the battle. This is not the end of your story. This is the turning point. And you are the one who decides, right now, whether the turn happens tonight or another painful season from now. I am calling you to choose tonight. Choose faith. Choose action. Choose your soulmate. Now go, and do not delay. The link is in the description. The prayer is on your lips. And I am with you, now and always, until the Word is made flesh in your life.